one, I got some really good reactions from doing my first video, so I decided to upload another one. So I'm priming my face in a similar way. I do all of my face steps pretty much the same every time I do my makeup. So I'll just kind of speed through them. I'm using the rose water, the e.l.f. face oil, a little bit of e.l.f. moisturizer. I actually used some of the e.l.f. chapstick. If you're wondering, I got this in a set. It was like the hemp set. It came with the face oil, the chapstick, the moisturizer, and a primer. But I used a lot of the primer already. But I had a little bit left, so I decided to use that today. Next, of course, I'm doing my brows with the e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe, the e.l.f. brow powder palette with the light shade first, going from the center of my brows into the middle, and then using the dark shade from the middle outwards. And topping all that off with the Busy Gal brow gel in taupe from Tarte. I then put down a couple of dots of e.l.f. concealer to contour out my brows and prime my lids, and blend that out with the warmth of my fingers. Then I'll go in with the beauty sponge from e.l.f. to really even everything out. So I was sitting at my desk looking at all the palettes that I had, and I realized I hadn't used this one in a while. It's from Academy of Color. I got it at Kohl's. It just has a lot of really nice pink and purple shades. So I'm going to start off with this light, like kind of lilac-y color on a small blending brush. And I'm going to pack it into the crease of my eye, kind of smoking it outwards. Next, I'm going in with this dusty rose color. It does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, but that's okay. I'm using a little bit of a fluffier blending brush and going around the edges of what I did with that lilac to blend away those harsh lines. So next I'm going to go in with this sort of plum color, get that on my smaller blending brush to really pack it on there and define that crease line. Then taking a big fluffy blending brush with nothing on it, I'm just going to go around the edges of everything to buff it out and smooth out those harsh lines. Also, I realize on camera that darker colors and cooler tone colors, it doesn't look like I do a great job blending, but that's mostly because of the fluorescent lighting that I use in my room. But I promise you, when I go out in the natural lighting, it all looks okay. So next, using a flat concealer brush, I'm getting some more of that e.l.f. concealer that I used earlier and creating a cut crease. Okay, so now with that same concealer brush, and I didn't clean it off or anything, I kept it kind of wet, I got a really light shimmery pink on there, and I'm just packing it on top of the concealer to give it a little bit of color. Now I'm going to go around the edges with the Urban Decay Stone Vibes palette with this deep purple shade to define the line between that crease color and my cut crease line. And taking a fluffy blending brush, smoking it out. So next, I'm just taking a black eyeliner pen and going along the edges of my lash line and starting to create a wing. So then I'm taking a purple eyeliner pen. Sorry, I dipped below the camera again. I am not used to recording myself yet. But what I'm doing is I'm just going along the line where the eyeshadow and the concealer meet. So once I finished that, I was sitting here staring in the mirror and I decided I hate it. And that happens sometimes, actually a lot of the time, and I had a little extra time today. I wasn't getting ready for work or anything. So I decided to take off the black eyeliner and go in a different direction. So I just take a Q-tip dipped in micellar water and gently rub it against the eyeliner. Going over it with some concealer, then patting on some more of that pink powder using my pinky to even everything out to where it was before. So I decided instead to connect the upper line to my lash line with the purple eyeliner. Then with that same deep purple shade in the Urban Decay Stone Vibes palette, I'm doing my under eyes real quick to blend them together with the whole look. And if you haven't already noticed, I'm a big fan of glitter looks. I don't care how messy it is. I don't care if I'm risking getting glitter in my eye. I just think it looks so pretty. So I'm taking this glitter liner I got off of Amazon and I'm going over that purple and I'm going over all areas of that line that I drew. Now I'm just going to clean up the edges with a makeup wipe. And to finish off this eye look, I'm going in with the opal shade from the Urban Decay Stone Vibes palette. Getting a little bit of that on my pinky. It's so pretty. It literally looks like an opal. And tapping that onto the concealer portion of my eye. I probably could have just skipped that light pink earlier, but I didn't know this was the direction I was going in. So it layered over fine and everything ended up working out. Then I went in with that flat concealer brush to really pack it on there, get it into the tight corners. Going in with a coat of mascara from the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. Also, I just wanted to share with you guys how I apply my mascara, because everyone I talk to and tell them that I do this, they're like, wow, that's a unique way of doing it. That's so smart. So I don't move the brush itself. I keep it fairly steady, and I just blink my eyes and let it naturally roll onto my lashes. And I'm now satisfied with my eye look, so I'm going in with my Tarte Found Sealer for my foundation. And my shade is Fair Neutral. And blending it out with that dense blending foundation brush. I like this foundation for a number of reasons. It's a good medium coverage, but it doesn't feel super heavy on the skin. I also like that it has an SPF of 25. And having an SPF in your foundation is good for your skin. You don't want to get sunburned. Then really smoothing it out with that same blending sponge from e.l.f. earlier. So next for blush, I'm using this NYX Bangkok eyeshadow palette that I also got from Kohl's. It's like a lip highlight, blush, and 4 eyeshadows, but I use the blush and the highlight in there all the time. It's a really vibrant pink color, as you can see as it's going on my cheeks. And sometimes if it goes on a little too bright, I'll use a dirty blending sponge to blend it in better with my foundation, not come off so intense. Then using the highlight from that same palette on the tops of my cheekbones. And this highlight is like a pinkish tone, but it has a purpley, opally undertone, so I thought it would look good with this look. Then I'm going in with my contour bronzing shade in the hollows of my cheeks and the edges of my forehead. And finishing off my face with a little bit of the Airspun finishing powder, just tapping that in and blending it out. And with a big fluffy blending brush. And of course we can't forget our lashes. I'm using a clear lash glue today since I'm using a colored eyeliner. I usually use the black one for more neutral looks with a black eyeliner, but if I'm using color, then I'll use the clear one. And these are the same Ardell Faux Mink lashes that I used in the other video. Just plop those onto my lash line and press them together with my natural lashes using my fingers. And plop for the other one. To finish this off, I'm going over with the Set and Protect setting spray from Pacifica. It is 45 SPF, so it also protects from the sun. And this is it. This is the finished look. I really like how this one turned out. I love wearing the color purple. It matched my sweater. And I took a picture outside like I do with all my other looks because natural lighting is the best. Also, I wanted to point out that I did not do a lip for this look because I went snow tubing that day, which, by the way, I will show you some after pictures, and all my makeup actually held up pretty well. Cute little picture of Jacob and I up on the mountain, and my makeup still looks fantastic. I had a great day doing this, and I had a really fun time doing my makeup, and I'll see you guys on the next one.